What's up everyone, this is Jesus from SDBL Gaming, and here's my One Punch Man PS4 controller. Now what I have here is kind of a step-by-step. I just want to show everything I did here. I went ahead and sent it all down as much as I could. You know, the PS4 controller has a lot of things popping out, and so it's difficult to sand it all down, but I did go as far as I could with it, and you can tell that the parts that I was going to do the most detail on are very nice and clean. So as you can tell, just sanded as much as I could. Now the hard thing to do with this controller is actually work on those handles, because they're 2 by 2 maybe, that's about it. 2 inches by 2 inches, not very big. Anyway, so here it is, my first coat, which is just flat out red, Createx red. And I used it right out of the bottle because if I made a mistake, I could always just come back and use it right out of the bottle instead of having to make a mixture for some difficult color that I had. And here you can see the next step. I just went ahead and added a little background for where my character was going to be, so it would stand out, give it more dimension. And the next step was to cut out my character. Now the way I did this is I made it out of vinyl, and I made it with my Cameo, my Silhouette, which is a cutter. It just cuts the vinyl. It cuts many materials, but of course vinyl was just the viable solution. I was thinking of buying this plastic that they use to make like silhouettes and just to make this easier, but I thought that the vinyl was just gonna work for me. It worked out well. It's difficult to use. I do want to tell you this was an 8-hour project. This is the very first time I've done something like this, and it took me a long time. So you'll see, I mean, obviously this is all sped up, but you'll see that it definitely is time consuming. If you guys want to try this or get an idea of what it's like, I'm more than happy to show you the way that it worked out for me and how it turned out. So like you see here, this is just a silhouette of my character. Actually an outline, not a silhouette, but this is the outline, and I would recommend thin coats so it doesn't stand out too much, it doesn't pop out of the controller too much, and it looks more professional. If you put a lot of coats, it's gonna look super thick and you'll be able to see all those blemishes and things you don't want to see. Now you do see me using a lot of or you do see a lot of time with the airbrush in front of the controller. A lot of that time is also drawing time. I have a dual action air gun, or airbrush, sorry, and it does just spray out air, so it helps it dry a lot faster. And here's the first outline. You can see I actually did it twice. And the first time I did it, I actually added a little black thing right there on the head. Kind of looks like Piccolo if you guys have seen Dragon Ball. I went ahead and removed that with some paint. There's my the picture that I went out of, and that color wheel helps if you want to know how to mix your colors to kind of get close to the colors of your reference, right? I didn't use it. I have used it before, and I've used it in other things, so it really is super helpful. The reason I didn't use it for this is because I knew I wanted an extra touch of yellow, less pink, because my controller is already red. And as you can tell, there's the first coat for the head of my One Punch Man, and it's multiple coats. It does look like it's yellow in the beginning, then you'll be able to see it when I actually get it close to the camera that there's multiple layers. There's a lighter layer, a layer where I added blue, there's multiple whites and a little bit of orange in the bottom, just to make it kind of a little darker as if the head is kind of coming out of the controller, give it that three-dimensional look to it, and it turns out pretty cool. Now of course I didn't show everything just because it'd be a very long and boring video, but here you can see it already has a lot of depth. Now I'm not very proficient with the airbrush, so as you can tell I did have to go out and practice a lot of things, like that little white dot which would be the sheen on the head. I practiced it multiple times because you don't want to screw it up. The last thing you want to do is just go in there, press it, and have something bad happen to it, because that's it, right? You have to redo it. So what I did is multiple times practice, and And it turned out really nice. It ended up well. So as you can tell, here's the head itself, so you can see how it turned out. And I was really happy with this project. The reason I decided to do One Punch Man controller is because my brother's really into this anime, and I watched it with him. He got me into it, and it's pretty cool. And I thought, you know, I've been wanting to do something like this. I've been wanting to make a really cool PS4 controller with a lot of detail, and why not make this the first one and make it a present for my brother? And so I did it. And my goal in general is to perfect this, to work on detailing for PS4 controllers, for t-shirts, I'm actually going to be doing another controller here soon. I'll post a video. I'm thinking of working on a Naruto one. I want to make one with my faceplate for the PS4. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I actually started painting it, and I want to do Transistor Red. If you guys are familiar with that game, she's really cool. That's a really awesome game, and I really loved it. I enjoyed it. And another idea was to do Ni no Kuni, which is a lot simpler, and I also love that game. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I'm definitely gonna incorporate both of those into a t-shirt or a controller or something like that. Now right now you're watching the cape. Now like I said, if you want to make this really cool and look like it has depth and dimension, you can use one color. This is the cape. His cape is white. I didn't want to use only white. I used blue, gray, and silver, and a little bit of black to kind of make it pop out, stand out, and you'll see how that come out. Now, like I said, I want to make this video so everyone watches it, and if you guys want to do something like this, you kind of see how I did it. You could have better ideas than I did and make it way better, way easier. This was difficult for me because it was my first project, but I kind of got, you know, a few tips and tricks that I've learned, and I will kind of cut down the time that I spend doing all of this. But another reason why I wanted to do it is because I wanted to show you guys what I did. But if anyone wants something like this and you guys don't have like the equipment or anything like that, you know, I would love to make this for one of you guys. So if you guys subscribe, if I get like 25 subscribers, I'll pick one at random. Just go ahead and comment in this video after you subscribe, and I'll go ahead and make one for one of you randomly, and I'll let you pick out your character or whatever you want on it. So I'll definitely do that for whoever wants one. If you just want to subscribe, that's all it takes, and you guys can watch all my projects. I'll be working on a lot of things in the near future. Now you can see here I'm just taking my time with this. The reason that controller was down for so long is because I'm mixing all the colors. You can see me grabbing the bottles and then just going and mixing up and practicing, checking that the color's just right. Because like I said, all it takes is one bad coat for everything to go south. You have to either sand it down or paint over it, and either way, it's going to be tough to cover up. So you want to make sure that everything is just right. I did have some blemishes, which I'll show here in the video, and I'll show and kind of prove my point when I said I grabbed red right out of the bottle so I could fix it easily. That's exactly what I did. I messed up. I actually added white in a lot of little spaces for some reason. I don't know how I got the white on it. I'm guessing it just went through the tape or something like that, where I left little holes. And but I went ahead and fixed them. There were some blemishes on my first project. You'll be able to see them. Maybe it's not as easy to see to the naked eye because I guess I made it. I can see where I made my mistakes. But here it is. It's looking super cool. But you can see the blemish there, blemish there, blemish there. And so I was, you know, I wanted to make it as cool as possible. And so I went back, I covered everything up, and I just painted some red over it, and ended up super cool. Now this part is actually the arm. His suit is yellow. Like I said, you can see already on the tape there's both yellow and orange, which are the colors that I worked with to make this part. And look at that. It looks super cool. Now I don't think I showed the second layering I did for the outline, because if you see a separation between the cape and the head, and there's a little red from the controller, so I just did it again. Oh, I do show it, here it is. There's the second outline to make sure that everything ties together and looks uniform. And it actually turns out really nice. I was very happy with the result. And I love doing art. I do all types of art. I'll show more things that I work on. I do a lot of just projects. I've been trying to learn watercolor, so that definitely takes some time to learn, because it's such a loose media. But I do color pencil, I do airbrush now, I do just basically everything. As long as I'm inspired to do something, I'll just work with whatever just to make something cool. And that's the reason I want to keep showing what I work on, especially because t-shirts are going to be something new for me. Working on faceplates for a PlayStation 4 is also going to be new. And like I said, I have a lot of projects planned, and I want to do at least a video a month on the things that I do, and post them. If you guys like it, you guys can get your own idea. And like I said, if I keep getting comments, if I keep getting things like that, and I see that people are liking the things that I do, I'll definitely make one for one of my subscribers and someone that commented. And here's the lettering. I wanted to show this real quick. I actually made it orange, but I stretched out the vinyl, and the orange just didn't stand out at all. So what I ended up doing was just highlighting it with a brush and some yellow and white, and it made it look super cartoonish, and it just went with a theme. So I just left it like that. I really like how it turned out. And the other thing that I didn't show in the video is that I actually added a clear coat as a protective film, and make it so the paint didn't get scratched or hurt or anything like that. And yeah, it ended up looking really cool. So once again, if you guys want a chance to win one, just go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment. That's all it takes. I'll pick someone at random and make the character of your choice. And this is it. This is my project. I'll definitely make more, and I'll probably post, like I said, one a month at least, so you guys can see the progress more than anything, and how everything is turning out. Here it is. Sorry for the messed up recording. It looks kind of flashy, but that's all. That's how it turned out. Thanks for watching.